Now, whether it's holidays, car insurance or energy bills, the message to shop around is pretty much drummed into all of us, but it seems we're not doing the same with our bank accounts. An investigation has found that most people stick with the same current account for years, and many could save money by switching. Well, personal finance expert Jasmine Birtles is here with us now. And Jasmine, most of us never switch our bank accounts, amongst many other things. So let's take people through how much they could save. It might change their minds. Let's start with banks. What if we did change? How much of a difference could it make?
Well, potentially, they've worked out that if you switched your bank account, that could save you about £70 a year. And it is a lot easier to do than everybody thinks, because you might think, oh, £70, well, all the effort. But actually, it should take 7 days to do it. It's the bank's responsibility to make sure that all your direct debits and standing orders are moved over. And they have to watch for another 3 years to make sure that there's nothing that gets missed.
So the hard work is down to them, effectively?
It is, really. So even though, as you say, loads of people stick with the same bank account, even though they're not that interested, they're not keen on it, they just think, oh, better the devil you know. Actually, it's not difficult at all to do it. Utilities,
now that's one area where people do change. If they haven't yet, how much could they save changing that?
Well, potentially, if you switch your gas and electricity, if you haven't done it for a few years, you could save up to £250 in the year, which is even more worth it. And generally, it takes about 10-15 minutes to do that.
A lot shorter than 7 days with the banks. It's started to mount up. What about insurance? Costs like home and car insurance, they really add up on an annual basis.
Yeah, they really do. And the thing is that particularly with car insurance, but also home insurance, there's a huge amount of competition in the market. All you have to do when you get your premium, you know, your new policy, they say, we're going to charge you this. You just go, no, I'm not going to. And actually, you could be saving about £330 a year on that. Possibly more. If you haven't switched, if you've stayed with the same insurer for a few years and they thought, oh, yeah, a nice, easy one, we'll just rack it up, you can save even more.
It has happened to me. You just say, can you give us a better deal? Otherwise, I'm off. And they always seem to find one, surprising that. One thing that people perhaps might not think about trying to change is their broadband. But can they still save money? Because there isn't so much competition there either, is there?
No, yes. Broadband is a weird one. In fact, the price of broadband telecoms generally has gone up more than gas and electricity in the last few years. Quietly, nobody's really noticed it. You know, we've all noticed the gas and electricity, but not so much the broadband. It is harder to switch there, but you could save about £35 a year if you did that, or possibly more.
Handy. The big one, though, the mortgage, if people pay it. Now, can they shop around at the moment? Is it competitive at the moment?
Well, actually, it is. There are a lot of really good deals. You know, there's an argument to say that now is a good time to switch because, you know, as we've been saying for a few years, interest rates are going to go up. You know, they're constantly going to go up and then they never do. But yes, there are some good rates. Of course, you have to be aware of the fees because with mortgages, if you you move out, they might charge you. Certainly when you take a new one, it's highly likely they'll charge you. So you sort of take that into account. But, you know, with the average mortgage, you know, all things being equal, you should be able to save at least £2,800 a year, you know, with big savings per month.
Just don't do it when you're locked into a fixed rate, of course, otherwise there are penalties. So, bearing all that in mind, all those things, what kind of money can people save in total in a year?
Well, you know, on average, you could save about £3.5 grand just by switching. I mean, much of that is the mortgage, admittedly, but it's good. It's a good amount, and it doesn't take that amount of time. Certainly not as much as it would take you to earn £3,500.
You make it sound so easy. I'm one of those people with the same account for 20 years, so I'm going to have a look myself. For now, Jasmine, thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.